A family sitting next to me in a restaurant is so disconnected from one another. Dad and his two daughters playing on their phones. Mom chooses to keep hers put away and stares sad and alone outside of the window in the comfort of her family. Twice, Dad goes on about some obscure piece of information that he's found online. He talks about fish that were caught, but nobody pays him any attention. I'm saddened by the use of technology for interaction. This has never happened before, and I doubt we've even scratched the surface of the social implications. Despite the obvious benefits that technology has for our society today, the social and physical implications of it are very clear. Technology is often used as a way of signaling busyness and unapproachability to strangers, while simultaneously splitting the attention between those who you are physically with and those who you are not. Families today typically tend to be more disconnected than ever. Sometimes I personally need the reminder to put the technology away, and that is an addiction that can hurt us and our families if we don't fix the problem now. That's what I'm here to do today, is to give all of you a reminder of why technology use in the home should be reduced. We're going to take a look at what all sources of technology are being abused. We're going to follow that up by evaluating who is affected. And lastly, we'll take a look at a few ways that we can fix technology abuse in our homes. Most families today use televisions, cell phones, gaming consoles, tablets, and computers in the home. According to Teen Health and the media, Americans spend about 1/3 of their free time in front of the television. If 1/3 of our free time is being spent in front of the TV, what other important obligations are being overlooked? What about the times that we're trying to have important conversations with our children and our phones are going off or their phones are going off? Imagine the home that requires chores to be done, but the children won't come away from the gaming devices or their tablets long enough to do them. Naturally, there's much more going on in the home than just these situations. Parents and children are both seeing the disadvantages of technology abuse in the home. The most detrimental of these outcomes is that technology used excessively in the home can distract from spiritual growth. RealRundown.com tells us that by age 18, a teenager will have seen 300,000 commercials. 100,000 of these may be even commercials for beer. Similarly, sex, crimes, and violence are frequently depicted on television and may have negative effects on impressionable children and adults. Along with these examples, we know that excessive technology use in the home encourages violent behavior and can take away from the interpersonal communication between family members. As children and parents cling to social media, they are less likely to be concerned with what is happening inside of the home and more likely with what is happening outside of the home. This can lead to feelings of insecurity, doubt, sadness, and coveting. Furthermore, the use of technology in the home encourages secrecy and unnecessary privacy. There is then more opportunity for children and adults to be influenced by the adversary to be involved in things that they may not normally do if others were around. One last point that I would like to make is that excessive technology use in the home is not always good for our health. As we have our eyes fixated on screens for the majority of our days, we tend to have issues with our eyes. It is also common to mindlessly snack as we watch television or work on our computers. As we spend a lot of time in front of these devices, we are less likely to also be physically active. As children and some adults spend a lot of time in front of gaming consoles, they too miss the important benefits of physical activity. Understanding some of the ways that technology abuse in the home can affect us, our homes, and our relationships, it is our job to fix it before it's too late. One important step that we can all take to limit technology use in the home is to set limits for not only your children, but yourself. We have to have time limits on everything in life. And just like those things, technology use in the home should be limited so that we can focus on things that are of important value to us and our families. Limitations on technology allows us to keep our relationship a top priority and to work together as a family unit in the home without interruption or distraction. Another step that we can take to limit the repercussions of technology use in the home is to minimize access to technology. By allowing our children to have free range on technology, it becomes an addiction and unhealthy habits naturally form, and they can have damaging repercussions. Similarly, we too can set parental controls, blocks, and other things which disable children and adults from easily accessing material that should otherwise be avoided. It too helps minimize the potential of accidentally coming across something harmful. Imagine the world that we could create if families were disconnected from technology and more connected to one another. It is up to you to make that change in your home. It is up to you to make technology time less frequent and family time more frequent. In 2014 CES devotional, President Ballard stated, "We all need time to ask ourselves questions or to have a regular personal interview with ourselves. We are often so busy and the world so loud that it is difficult to hear the heavenly words, 'Be still and know that I am God.' It is then up to you to frequently take evaluations of yourself and your family to help monitor the use of technology in your home and in your life. If we can diffuse technology use in our homes, imagine the world that we could create. Just each of your small changes has the potential to change the new normal in generations of lives. If technology in our lives is too loud, we are not able to have a family that is centered on the gospel of Jesus Christ. We must take a stand against technology and get our families back.